That's right.
Well, hello there, everybody. What's up? It's Wes and Andy back for Tuesday night Random Fandom for the week of June 6th, 2023.
Lots going on this week.
We are your hosts. Half the country's on fire.
Yep.
I'm burnt out from working outside all day.
Did you wear a mask?
I did not.
Oh.
I probably should have this morning. I noticed it when I went out this morning, but it did clear up as the day wore on.
Well, that's good.
I know we're about to get it again, another air quality advisory, which is weird for our part of the country, by the way. Wow, there's nobody. We could just sit here and wait till people start watching.
Good.
Literally, we could just sit here and talk to ourselves. I'm like, hey, is it just you and me tonight? Maybe it is. Maybe it is you and me tonight. It is you and I tonight because Hank is busy being an adult once again. It seems like weeknights are proving to be very difficult for him. Hola, Facebook user. Hola.
Welcome.
It is Tuesday Night Random Fandom. This is the show where we like to talk about the entertainment and pop culture news articles and stories that caught our attention over the last week and share them with you guys. Hopefully you guys have brought some of your stuff that you want to talk about because we can't possibly cover everything that happens in the course of a week.
We could try, but we'd fail.
Man, and there's just some stuff that just doesn't interest me. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cover everything because I don't like everything.
That's okay.
That's what I count on you guys for. You bring me the stuff that I don't like and you talk to me and make me like it.
That's the thing. You're allowed to like what you like.
That's right. Like what you like, don't like what you like. Speaking of what do we like, we'd like to start off with another random trivia question. What do you got, Andy?
Now, if you've seen Stranger Things,
the
latest season, this one will be easy.
Oh, okay.
Who released the singles Running Up That Hill, Cloud Busting, and Army Dreamers?
Well, I mean, if you'd admitted the first song title, I'd have had no idea. But only because you had mentioned the first one. I do know the answer, but I'm not going to steal that from our audience. Maybe we can wait a few seconds here before we give it away. But
true.
Audience, what do you guys think?
Facebook user, do you have the answer?
You want to read it again?
Sure. Who released the singles Running Up That Hill, Cloud Busting, and Army Dreamers?
Okay, let's do it. Who was
All right. It is Kate Bush.
Kate Bush, of course it was Kate Bush. Crazy British lady.
Yep.
Is she still is Kate Bush still alive?
I don't know, but she's still charting.
Recharting.
Yeah.
It's cool when stuff like that happens and you get a bump in the you get a bump and stuff like starts charting again that like, oh, or even better when your song gets used in a movie and it charts for the first time like decades later. Because that's never happened before.
Just hope that the artist is still alive to get some of those.
You know what? I wonder, let me just double check here. I'm going to double check something here because I just want to, let me go over here. I'm going to turn my volume down on my phone. I don't want to accidentally
ruin it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to just double check here and see. I know who it is. So random Facebook user. It's our friend Paul Marquez.
Hey,
Paul Marquez, who messaged me today. Sorry, Paul, I did not message you back. Yes, the world weather map did make it look like Canada was on fire today.
Yep.
That being said, we are not on fire where we are locally. It's all around us, though. Northern Ontario, the province we live in, has a number of wildfires. We just had big fires on the East Coast and, of course, fires on the West Coast. And the weather, wind,
and the Northwest Territories.
The wind patterns are making it very where we are. So outdoor work with a big caution. Big caution. Nice to have you along. Nice to have everybody along tonight, wherever you may be in the world. If you're watching us live, of course, we hope that you will be part of the show. Join in with us on the live chat on whatever platform that you might be watching on. Of course, you can always hit us up on the WhatsApp, the custom WhatsApp link. You'll find it in the description of this video. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and you can call us live
and be part of the show.
And it is WhatsApp. So, I mean, do I have to say in 2023 that it's totally free?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like this whole idea of calling anywhere in the world for free still strikes me as being kind of
it still brings like give me your phone, I want to take a picture.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean you want my phone? You can't have my phone. Don't look at my phone.
That's right.
Yeah, so totally. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to tell us what's on your mind, you can always call us up. We're here. Well, we're here till the end of the show.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how long that's going to be.
Yeah, we got a lot to go through.
All right. Well, let's kick this one off. Let me set this up here. Let's go over here. And bam, here we go. We're on. Oh, what's going on in the world of the Little Mermaid?
Well, apparently there is more backlash.
Why?
This time it is around the movie's makeup artist.
Oh, I did hear something about this.
So apparently the makeup artist for the Little Mermaid is fighting back against criticism because of Ursula's look. Multiple members of the LGBTQ plus community, they've been speaking out against the design, citing that it appears to have taken inspiration from the famous drag queen Divine.
Now that's been, but that's been admitted that that's true.
Yeah. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
That was the original influence.
For the original film. Yeah.
So if the makeup artist was taking influence from the original, by definition, they're taking inspiration from Divine.
Yeah.
So are they really? I can't see how this is upsetting people because it's still going back.
I think this is
like you can't ignore that the original animated version was there.
Do you remember? There's a punchline here. Do you remember the title of Chris Rock's most recent stand-up special, his Netflix special?
Oh, it escapes me at the moment, but
forced something or other.
Yes,
forced anger, or is that not?
I think
does
so.
That look like this to you?
A little bit. Like,
I mean,
there's other things people are mad about this movie, and I don't get it.
So if an animated character, which is admittedly based on an LGBTQ plus community member, is okay.
From what are we at here now? Is it 40 years ago that it was?
23. So it was the 90s?
92, I think it was.
Sure.
So sad to say, 40 years ago.
If you were going to complain about Melissa McCarthy's look and say that it's disrespectful to said member of the LGBTQ plus community, does that mean that the cisgendered straight animator that animated the original character was also disrespectful? Like, I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
I do not understand it. Or do we make concessions for cartoon characters that we don't otherwise make for real people?
Well, actually, a lot of Disney films, like classic Disney animation, now falls on a lot of people's most lists.
Yeah,
like most offensive movies ever.
Thinking about it, yeah. I guess
like,
they kind of do.
Song of the South is right up there. It's been banned.
Yeah, you can't play that anymore. Yeah,
Dumbo is cited for its portrayal of the crows.
Yeah, the racial stereotyping,
and
for sure.
Something else too there, because the lead crow was named John Crow, I think.
Oh,
and that had something to do with real world implications as far as like rights and everything.
Yeah, of course. But again, like these are, we're talking about an adaptation
of an animated
film
that was an adaptation of a story.
So where do you draw the line? Like, at what point do you kind of go, you got to stop this, folks? Like, this is a case, to me, this looks like a case of actively looking for something to be angry about, and I don't get it. That being said, I do want to go out and see the film because
my wife still wants to see it because she loved the original.
It's getting talked about for a lot of reasons. This is one of them. And I want to know what the deal is. I want to know what people are talking about. I also want to know what's the deal with the Uncanny Valley animated fish supporting characters.
Yes. A lot of people actually are saying that they are too realistic.
Yeah,
and they're not animated enough. But
I mean, the argument was made when they redid The Lion King.
Yes.
And they leaned into that, like, we're gonna make the lions look like real lions. Did it work for you?
I still haven't seen it yet.
It worked for me. I was okay with it. Did it capture the essence of the original Lion King? Not exactly. Was it a bad movie? No.
I have seen the live action Pinocchio though.
Which one?
The Tom Hanks.
Yeah. So have you seen Guillermo del Toro?
I have not seen that one yet, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah. The Tom Hanks version, by the way, is pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. It's good.
It captured a bunch of the sparks of the original, right? So
yeah. Based on drag queen Divine.
Yeah.
The makeup artist denies any connection between the two of them, saying that
Which is silly, because if he took inspiration from the animated, by 6 degrees or whatever.
I'm going to read the quote here from makeup artist
Peter
Smith King. He says, "I find that very offensive. Why can't I do as good a job as a queer makeup artist? That's ridiculous. That's trying to claim it, and that's fine if that's what they want to do. But don't put people down because they're not what they want it to be. I personally don't get it. Yes, I'm very old now, so that's fine. I get that too. But a makeup artist or makeup designer could design makeup. They don't have to have an attachment to the nature of what they're doing. Melissa McCarthy and I discussed everything. I mean, we both laughed about how much we love drag queens and drag makeup and stuff, but it wasn't based on any drag acts at all."
Unless he just didn't know the history of it.
And that may very well be true. But again, they had that conversation while she was presumably in the chair.
Yeah.
I would think that at some point you would have been made aware of that, oh, by the way, this character that you're working on is based on
that.
You wouldn't, I can't see that you would not look at the source material and go, okay. That being said, it's an adaptation.
Yeah.
It's not a
recreation. It can be different.
Right. I don't see what, I feel like it's manufactured. I don't see the why you would be so upset about this. At the same time, is it not kind of flattering that, that the look still lives on, even if it is a little bit different?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery, don't they say?
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah. All right. What do we want to do here now? Let's go to the next one.
Well, before we go to the next
one, sure.
Other reasons are popping up that people are disliking the film.
Oh, sure.
Apparently the runtime is in the area of 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it's like a full hour more worth of content than the animated.
Oh, is it that much different?
Apparently they've added 4 more songs.
Oh, 4. Okay. I knew there was 1 for sure. I didn't know that it was.
They've also gotten rid of 2 songs, I believe.
Oh.
One of them is Les Poissons, where he's chasing Sebastian around the kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, I don't know why they got rid of that one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because that was a great song for the original.
Sure.
But another thing people are upset about is the writer. The writer who's got his big name in credits.
Sorry, the screenwriter for the film?
For the 2023 version.
Okay.
Because they're not giving enough credit to the writers of the animated version.
Is their name in the credits?
Buried deep in the back.
Based on The Little Mermaid, written by da-da-da-da-da?
It should be, but apparently it's buried like way in the back, so you don't even know.
Okay.
A good chunk, they say, is straight lifted from the animated. Like beat for beat.
Yeah, but I mean, this is Disney riffing on their own stuff.
Yeah.
So do they really have, I mean, it's there. I mean, buried or not, it's there.
As long as it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people, cast, crew, folks that work on films, will stay to the bitter end? Like, I was on the 3rd unit. I was the assistant to the assistant to the assistant of the whatever.
Yeah. It's not like this is a Marvel movie where you're going to stay for a post-credit or whatever.
But I mean, let's be real. Watching a movie in 2023, a spectacle movie like this, that when you get to the list of animators, like,
it's going to be long.
Sometimes they break it down and the columns, they're like 4, 5, 6 columns wide, and it's like, okay, where's my name and all of it? It's there.
Yeah. You remember that one episode of The Simpsons though, where Bart helped on the Krusty show?
Okay.
And they had to pause it, and he's like, "Look, there's my name."
Yeah. Again, manufactured, sort of upset,
offensive.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the way I see it anyway.
And the other one, apparently this one is in relation to the animation and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is the King Triton scene.
Okay.
In the original, how there's bands of fish and all the creatures of the sea are coming out to this big conch shell.
Sure. Like when they wheel out Simba and everybody shows up.
Yeah. Like a grandiose thing.
Yeah.
Apparently in this, he's just got this little coral throne on the dirt.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you're king of the sea and this is your throne room.
Maybe he's a low key king.
There's cutbacks in 2023.
He's
he had to sell off the conch shell.
The low key king. Guys, have you seen The Little Mermaid yet? Do you know what this manufactured outrage is about? Do you guys have an opinion on this? Weigh in on the comments. Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
because we haven't seen it yet, and we want to know what is going on. All right, that being said, let's move on to the next one, and we'll just follow along with the comments as they roll in.
Next one.
All right, now, you may think you've seen this photo before.
However,
but
new twist.
New twist. This is the best look we've had yet. Seems like we've talked about the Flash every week now.
Well, it's a big one.
It is for several weeks now. Once again, we're talking about the Flash again. Specifically, we're talking about Batman. Previously, we saw in some of the earlier marketing in one of the trailers, we saw the Batman. I don't want to say the Hall of Armor, but I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, it's a Hall of Armor.
Batman's Hall of Armor, a la Iron Man.
Batman's closet.
This time, we are getting what I would say is the clearest look. This comes from the folks over at Hot Toys, and these are 1/6 scale bat suits. Whether or not some or all of these go into production has yet to be announced.
However,
they have shown all of these off.
And if they are going, get your wallets ready.
I'm quite surprised though, looking at the image, because I don't remember seeing the giant mechanical wings in the trailer that we saw.
Maybe they were edited out.
Maybe. I think that it looks very cool. I like that we've got the we've talked about this before, the Keaton version of the nightmare suit. We do have the main hero suit that Keaton's going to wear, plus 89 Batman and 92 Batman in the back.
Yep.
Of course, blue cowl Batman. I think everybody's excited about that one. And then we have this is more of a comic based gray, more of a I see that as
more of a Batman Inc. almost.
I was gonna say year one Batman if it was Keaton.
Yeah.
With the elbow pads and the gloves. But anyway, best look we've had at the bat suits. Guys, do you have plans to go see the Flash when it comes out in like what, a week and a bit?
Week and a bit, yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Also, do you have a favorite bat suit? I want to know what your favorite bat suit is.
It's not the Iron Man suit.
No, it's definitely not that one. Yeah, that one with the weird. It looks like it's meant for underwater with the hoses, but that could just be a breath mask.
And at the same time, it could also be a rip on the Nightfall version.
Oh, I never even thought about
Azrael took over.
Right. Oh yeah, that's so.
But
you might be onto something.
Who knows about the entire 89 Batman history yet?
Well, that's just an exciting part of the film that I think we're gonna have to wait and see. Like, is it on the nose that the Keaton Batman that we get in the Flash is it the same universe from 89?
Or has Barry traveled into a multiverse?
Yeah, it's I mean,
yeah,
for sure it's a multiversal thing, but I'm curious to know if we are landing like smack dab in the Burton universe. Yeah,
weird. Hot Toys tweeted that out this week.
Yeah, they sure did. And man, it looks good. I originally thought when I first saw this come up, I thought it was just another shot of like, oh, they've given us a clearer shot of that scene from the trailer. No,
they've given you a clear shot of what's going to destroy your wallet.
Absolutely. Sean's here. Hey, Sean, welcome to the show tonight. Sean says, can't wait to see the Flash movie.
It does look so
I am so on board with this movie. All of Ezra Miller's stuff aside, which I'm not even sure how to feel about yet. I do have a lot of faith in this movie. And I do think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great.
I think with Andy Muschietti at the helm,
who
we're in good hands.
Said that, he was very supportive of, said that he brought it every day. That they brought it every day. And they were totally committed to the process and to the film. So
good. And
the fact that Ezra Miller is committed to seeking help doesn't necessarily absolve him of the things that he's done. But, people can change.
Yes, they can.
Do we give them more or less leeway because they are in the public eye that we would say somebody who lives, 3 doors down from us,
Yeah.
It's hard to put that to weigh them on the same level, but
regarding what they did, most people should get a second chance.
I'm all for second chances. If I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have second chances. So yes, I agree with you. All about second chances. Wow. This one's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that this was a thing until I saw this.
I know.
We're gonna dip into the world of music for a little while. Don't worry, we're coming back to toys because there's some pretty exciting, lots of exciting toy news to talk about this week. But we're gonna dip into music for a minute. Are you a Billy Joel fan?
I like the occasional Billy Joel song.
I like the Piano Man myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have not been a diehard Billy Joel fan my whole life. I certainly, with the ebb and flow of rock radio and top 40 radio, and certainly
he affected your childhood if you watched what was that one Disney movie? Oh, it escapes me, but the song is "Why Should I Worry."
Was it? Oh no, I was going to say Big, but that's not right.
No.
There we go. I presume that's still Paul. We didn't start the fire. Absolutely. Now, did you know that Billy Joel has had a 10-year residency at Madison Square Garden in New York City?
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. However, it has come to light. Madison Square Garden, along with Billy Joel, have announced last Thursday that he will be ending his record-breaking residency in July of this year. Now, the residency has, like I said before, has been running for 10 years, something in the realm of 150 concerts. That translates into 1.6 million tickets.
So you've had multiple chances to see him.
Yeah. There's an announcement here from New York City Mayor Eric Adams who says, quote, "There's only one thing that's more New York than Billy Joel, and that's a Billy Joel concert at Madison Square Garden. For more than 50 years, Billy's music has defined our city and brought us together. On behalf of 8.5 million New Yorkers, congratulations, Billy, on a historic run of sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden, and thank you for a lifetime of bringing joy to us all." That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And the movie was Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company. Wow, that's really going back.
Yeah.
Never got a chance to see Billy Joel live.
No, me neither.
I have strange feelings about him as a human being, having seen some rock documentary stuff.
Was he hanging with Ozzy and eating pigeons?
Some say that he's hard to work with. That he up and fired pretty much most of his band with no forewarning. Just you're done. And that was sort of the end of it. So strange, certainly a strange circumstances or strange occurrences. Cannot deny the man's music and how influential it's been. Again, we didn't start the fire. I quite like that. It's been covered by many artists, including Garth Brooks, by the way, who did a rockin' cover of "You May Be Right," which I think is actually probably one of my favorite Billy Joel covers of all time.
Nice.
Do you have a favorite Billy Joel song?
Yeah, it's probably that "Why Should I Worry."
Why Should I Worry? Okay, cool. All right, well, we're coming back to toys, and let me just tell you, if you are a fan of G.I. Joe Classified series, man, you guys are having a time. What a time to be a G.I. Joe fan right now. Over the last week, and again, we do this show weekly every Tuesday night. It's cool when you get like one cool piece of news from one of the big toy companies, but when you get like 4 or 5 in such a short period of time, it makes you go, what the heck's going on? All right, let's start with this one here.
Oh, I need that one.
So you're the Bat fan here.
I am a Bat fan.
Are you going to add this new Arctic Bat to your collection?
Absolutely add this to my collection. He will go nicely next to the Crimson and Viper.
So we've got, is it the Python Patrol and the regular Bat? So this is what, our fourth.
This is our 4th Bat or Battle Android.
Oh man. If that wasn't enough for you, what about this one? This one came out within I think the following day, maybe even the same day. Same day we got this news. Cobra Televiper and the Flight Pod in Classified series. For those of you who don't collect G.I. Joe Classified series, this is a 6-inch GI Joe line that started what
couple years, I think.
I think it's like year 4 now,
probably in there.
What do you think of this one?
I'm tempted by this one. This one brings back memories of playing with the toys.
I went and looked this up, and I put these images beside a vintage photo, and it's pretty darn close.
Yeah,
I'm quite impressed to say the least. That like how that's the thing. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because this is this news, as cool as it is, has really stirred something in me. Yeah, let's get to the next one, because I actually think that one is that's nothing compared to what I want to talk about next. Hasbro just launched the latest Haslab project for GI Joe Classified. By the way, the last one for GI Joe Classified was the Hiss tank. Now that was fully funded. I think they broke all the tiers. Hasn't shipped yet. But what's really interesting about this thing is that the GI Joe Dragonfly, now Operation Dragonfly as it's called here, just launched yesterday at 11 a.m. It's fully funded
already.
It's funded. Yeah, it's
now
funded
in
for
about, stretch goal. What is it? 41 days left to go for stretch goals?
41 days left in the campaign, fully funded in about 26 hours. Yep. If you've been following if you follow Hasbro Pulse on Facebook, you would see the marketing for this thing has been awesome. Just on fire. And that's both a great thing. So if you're a GI Joe fan, I mean, you would really, really appreciate this. And that's the thing that I don't want to take away from the Dragonfly, but I do want to talk about that. We've said many times on this show, why is it that they can do this kind of stuff with GI Joe and they won't do it with other lines?
Yeah.
The few times that, bring it to retail. Okay, well, we've proven that retail is not really working with these larger size projects. The big giant TIE fighter from the Black Series, it didn't really work. The snow speeder, it's a cool piece, didn't really work. The beasts have done okay, and like the little vehicles like the speeder bike and stuff have done okay.
Well, the Rancor did do well on the last Haslab.
Rancor did not make it. Did not get torched. Yeah, it got totally torched. This thing funded in 26 hours.
Yeah,
pure fire. Did you see the marketing for this on the lead up? So wait, before I get to that, okay. What they did, the GI Joe team on their social media accounts, is they started posting these bulletins, and they were like insider bulletins, as if Firefly, the Saboteur, or Zartan had infiltrated GI Joe and were working on a secret project to combat the Hiss, as if you were a member of Cobra reading it, and you'd get these like little dossier updates.
I did not see those.
Yeah, and they did this for days days on end. Then they started doing it the other way, and they started releasing other ones as if they were briefings from Hawk, like from General Hawk. Like, we've got to do something against the threat of these Cobra tanks, the high speed sentry, I think is what his stands for.
Yeah, something like that.
And that was just driving the fan community. The fan community was chiming in like, oh, is it going to be? And Dragonfly was high on the list. A lot of people were thinking, oh, Dragonfly, because they specifically were talking anti-armor. Well, what else anti-armor other than another tank?
Yeah.
Sure enough, it's the Dragonfly, and the chef's kiss, the pièce de résistance, was a full produced commercial using footage from the show with a voice actor playing the role of General Hawk, making a call to all GI Joes to order the Dragonfly so that they could secure 10,000 units to fight Cobra.
Yeah.
Like, nostalgia is big, and I mean big for in the fan communities.
Nostalgia is big, and so is this chopper.
Yeah, at 34 inches
long, I
believe. Yeah. Steve's here tonight. Steve Tirio. Hi, Steve. Steve says, cool looking chopper. Totally agree, based on the Huey Huey Cobra. The Huey Cobra. But it's not a Cobra, it's the Dragonfly.
Yeah, it's the G.I. Joe version.
So 34 inches long, comes with a variety of rocket pods, missiles, and as well as a light up. Sorry, just double checking here. Okay, that's not aimed at the show.
Multiple light up interior
instrument panels. Instrument panels, LED light up panels. Yeah. That being said, I said it was fully funded in what, 26 hours?
Just
launched at 11 a.m. Eastern. Now we are broadcasting in the Eastern time zone. Launched yesterday morning at 11. I checked just before we went live tonight. I double checked to see where we were at 5:10 Eastern. So just an hour before, we were at 10,562.
Yeah.
What?
Now they are including stuff at the base level.
So at the base level, you're going to get. Let's see. Do we have? Oh, we don't have.
There's
well, you can see the. You can see there the unpainted prototype. They are including a Wild Bill figure with a removable cowboy hat. I think that's cool. They're also. I think they're throwing in a Night Force. Oh my God, Ripcord.
Yes,
I think it's Ripcord. Yeah,
and then 2 as yet to be named bonus goals.
Any thoughts on who they might?
I don't know, but if we're going for like Sky People,
are we going to stick with the airborne theme?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe Crazy Legs, which I'm really hoping not, because I want him.
Oh yeah.
I can't buy this.
Right. Well, we could. That's the thing. I mean, living in Canada, these things are very prohibitive for us. Now, what is this? I think it's $275 US.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest. I love G.I. Joe. I do not collect this line. And the reason I don't collect this line is when Classified Series launched, it was all over the place. Yeah. They were trying to tie it into that awful video game that they had just released. And so the first wave or two sort of had this Fortnite aesthetic to them. And they really struggled. They really tripped on it. So much so, and the distribution was so awful at the time.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I can't be bothered. I was so upset. I've never like turned my back on a toy line once I started collecting it. And I did. I bought half a dozen. I bought like the first wave of Classified. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I've never done that before in my life. I've never turned my back on a toy line and said, no. Had they have gotten their stuff together sooner, and by the way, Classified Series, they really did turn it around. They got further away from the Nerf gun thing that they were doing, which, by the way, from the company perspective, absolutely this was the right thing to do. They own Nerf outright. It only made sense. Let's just scale a Nerf blasters down to 6-inch action figure scale, and we'll call them, their G.I. Joe blasters.
Yeah.
The synergy is there. I totally get it. But the line is clearly aimed at a real American hero collectors. Now that's guys like us in our late 40s.
And we have vivid memories of the accessories that came with specific figures.
A real American hero. A lot of those accessories definitely were inspired by real world. And certainly that's true of the whole lot. Well, most of the line up until like the crazy, like 88 and later, I would say. But remember, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero was originally sort of their take on Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
So once they sorted that out and the weapons and accessories started to look a little bit more real world and more evocative of a real American hero, they really kind of got things sorted out. And now, it's not that hard to track them down.
No, they're getting
no. I'm not reversing course. That being said, if they had done it sooner and I'd have stayed with the line, I'd have bought this hands down, no questions asked. I'd be yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Anybody out there going to back this thing? Anybody watching?
Anybody out there already?
Has anybody already? Limit 5 per customer, by the way. Anybody got the bones for 5 of them? At $275 US, never mind shipping and duty at the border. Oh, that's an expensive buy. But I'm telling you, I totally get why this would be resonant with a collector, because this is the kind of stuff. And again, this is the kind of stuff, that commercial thing. Why are the other teams at Hasbro not like they notice? Should be studying what the G.I. Joe guys are doing.
Yeah.
This guys, this is what you guys should be doing. You should be paying attention to that. You should be making commercials, whatever. Go and pay the money, Hasbro. Go to Lucasfilm, get the footage that you need, start making your own commercials, and start treating the fans like they're part of that world and get them immersed in it, just like the G.I. Joe guys are doing. And man, you could crowdfund like really cool stuff like vehicles. Where 10 years, I said this to you the other day. This kind of spurred into a secondary conversation about what's going on at Hasbro. I'm going to take this out of here right now for a second because, my gosh, we're before I get too like sorry, the Indiana Jones. I'm going to segue for a second. The Indiana Jones Adventure Series just launched a month ago or roughly, so. Yeah. Wave 1 is out,
and Wave 2 is already greenlit.
You can't tell me that Indiana Jones has the legs of, say, I don't know, Star Wars. And right off the bat, Wave 1 and Wave 2 both have a build us something or collect all the figures and build. Collect an artifact. So Wave 1, if you bought the entire wave of Adventure Series, you get the Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
And I think Wave 2, we talked about
you
this.
You get
the stone, the Shankara stones,
plus their little skull-like display.
Right. There's no way that the depth and variety in Indiana Jones can even begin to compete with Star Wars. The Black Series, the 6-inch collector line, we are now in year 10. We are 10 years into an adult oriented collector line, which, by the way, is unfathomed. I can't think of can you think of another toy line that's run continuously for 10? Well, Transformers, but
Marvel Legends.
Why are we not doing this across all of the brands?
They should be. Like, it's a no-brainer.
I agree. Anyway, that's Wes's rant this week. My God, I'm hanging up here. My phones are hooking me up on here on the corner of the table. Okay, Dragonfly. Man, it's beautiful. It
is very nice.
Yeah. The campaign closes. Oh, here we go. $274.99 US. For folks over in the UK, it's going to be £289.99 sterling, or $349.99 for the European Union. Now that, oh my God, that's
it gets worse if you go to Hong Kong.
What are we doing here? Hong Kong,
$2,749.99.
Oh yeah, but that's Hong Kong dollars, which is like
translatable. But
it's kind of like
looks worse though,
like pesos and stuff, right? Steve says, "Love the indie movies." Me too. And Adventure Series coming out right now on the lead up to Dial of Destiny. Not an error. Like, it's a calculated move. Yep. Got a new movie coming out. Now's the time.
The iron is hot.
Yeah, launch a toy line.
And there's a brief glimpse on Disney Plus right now, a little 3-minute clip.
I have not watched that.
I have watched it, and it's not bad.
Why did I do that out of order? I did that out of order. That's too bad. Okay, well, I'm going to put this back up. Are you a Transformer fan?
I like the odd Transformer.
Are you a Jurassic Park fan?
Yes, I is.
Well, you may recall that Transformers for the last couple of years have been doing these crossover figures.
The Ecto 1.
Sure, Ecto 1
came out. Blackbird.
Ecto 1, they did an Optimus Prime in Ghostbuster colors. I've got the Maverick back there. Actually, there's the Ecto just sort of above my head with Maverick standing beside him, the F-14. We've had a Jurassic Park one before, which was just a repaint. By the way, if you're going to do repaints, this is a very clever one. It's Beast Wars Megatron, who just happens to be a T-Rex. So they've repainted Megatron to look like this T-Rex from Indiana Jones, from Jurassic Park, and they used the Ford Explorer to be the robot. Well, they're doing it again. This time it's Dilophosaurus, the Decepticon dinosaur. That's the
Dilophosaurus,
the one that spit on Dennis Nedry and Dodson in the most three of them actually got him. And of course, our Autobot this time around is Autobot JP12. That's the Jeep that Alan Grant and everybody. I think that's the one that they used to get away, isn't it?
No, JP12 is the one that Nedry stole.
Oh, right. That's right. Of course, it makes sense.
Now, I love the little detail that this one includes.
The Barbasol
can with a Transformer logo on it.
Funny that it's got the Autobot logo on it and not, so clearly they didn't get the license to use Barbasol.
Yeah.
But I like Transformers a lot. And again, like I said, I've got a couple of these crossover figures. I will probably not get this one. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and get this one. If you're a Jurassic Park fan and a Transformer fan, this is a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
You know, as the biggest Star Wars nut as I am, I never bought into the Star Wars crossover Transformers. It just wasn't a thing for me.
Now, my question is, are they selling this as a 2-pack?
Yeah, this is a set.
I would be more inclined just to get the Jeep.
Me too. I'm thinking, God, that's a great mold. And because it's a Jeep, I'm like, oh, so it's going to be a variation of Hound. We just got Hound in the Transformer in the last main line, and then they redid him again. So that was what, Kingdom? Whatever the one was before that, the one that supported the Netflix show. I wonder if this is a remold, retooling of that figure. But then I look at sort of the placement of the front wheels in robot mode, and I'm like, that might be new tooling, or like heavily modified tooling. Again, though, that's exactly what I expect a Jeep character to look like. And of course it's informed. Yeah. It's just informed by that other character.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, there we go. That's better.
I do love the photography marketing here, recreating the scene right out of the movie. I like the Jeep's chances better than Nedry's though.
There's a good chance that the acid thing is, well, mind you, it's a Decepticon, so maybe it's a Decepticon acid.
Energon acid or something.
Steve says, lots of detail. It's pretty cool. I agree. It's very cool. All right. I'm going to circle back around. I put this one out of order, but this one came.
This isn't a new figure, but this is a new.
This is an interesting
upgrade, if you will.
Yeah. And this is like.
And it's not an expensive upgrade.
No. Gonna swing back to G.I. Joe here for a second, specifically the Bat. This came out of one of the toy groups last week, so this wasn't really news. This was like neat. I saw this and I immediately thought of you because you've bought into the other line. Yeah, so Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree chain of stores carries this action figure line called Final Faction. We've actually thought about doing some Final Faction stuff. Yeah. Lo and behold, this accessory pack of cyber arms just conveniently happens to work with the classified series Bat, no modification necessary, out of the package.
Yep.
So if you own the classified series Bat and
you want to give them a little upgrade,
you've got a Dollar Tree near you, head out and get yourself one of these. And extra accessories for what? A buck?
$1.25.
$1.25. I think that's awesome.
I actually do have that pack at home.
Is this your pack?
No, that is not. I just grabbed that off
stock image.
But I did open it and it fits flawlessly.
Isn't that something? Eh?
Yeah.
I guess there are certain things in the action figure world where certain size, like ball and socket joints, maybe have some. Mind you, you'd think with Hasbro that they'd use a standard size.
Yeah.
What do you mean you want to put that head on this body? No, we're going to make the ball joint bigger.
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool. What a way to get more mileage out of your toys. Yeah, that's cool.
Remember back when you were kids, it didn't matter what line they came from. You were mixing them up anyway.
I agree.
He-Man can fight G.I. Joe.
He-Man going to win every time. He's like an inch.
Optimus Prime enters and, free for all.
Stomps on everybody. All right, sticking with toys a little bit more here. I don't think that this is really going to surprise anybody.
No.
McFarlane Toys happy to announce that they have renewed their master toy license with DC for the production of action figures. So I don't know did we get a time frame on this?
I believe it's extending to 2025.
Yeah, through to 2025. So since 2019, McFarlane has partnered with Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products to bring iconic and fan favorite characters to life.
So we're going to keep getting more Batman figures.
Well, I mean, we all know what Toddy Mack said. I could sell Batman any day of the week.
Yep, he said that.
Don't say anything about Wonder Woman anymore. And I'm going to be honest, I've said this before, but we're here now. The comic based likenesses have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch the show last week, the week before, then you would know that I have strong feelings about
the unmasked Michael Keaton,
the unmasked Kiefer Sutherland. Figures that are based on real people from McFarlane, at least in the DC multiverse line, have been god awful. The Princess Bride line has been
not bad.
Okay.
I like my Andre the Giant.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that they have been consistently better than what's coming out of the DC multiverse line. But there you go. McFarlane Toys continuing their relationship with Warner
Brothers and the DC multiverse.
Yeah. Wow, this is I guess this is old news now, because this was over the weekend.
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse. I hope anybody see Across the Spider-Verse yet? Let us know, because we're going to talk here. I thought it was cool. They just before the movie dropped, they announced Andy Samberg to be voicing Ben Reilly,
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, pretty interesting in that. And Amanda Stenberg, Spider Bite. It's not a character that I'm familiar with.
New one, I think.
I did not see the movie yet. Now Hank has seen the movie. We actually told him on Sunday, dude, show up on Tuesday, because that's your time to talk about Spider-Verse and spoil it for all of us.
Yep.
But Godspeed, Hank Solo. And we will just remain ignorant.
Yep. I'm sure at some point I'll go see this.
Yeah.
Good reviews.
Second part of a 3-parter, for sure. All the reviews have pointed that. Early reviews that I've seen and read say that it is the middle act of a 3-act play, or it's the middle sibling of a 3-sibling family. So you're not the oldest and you're not the baby, you're the weird one in the middle, and that's kind of what they're calling this. That's my spoiler-free review. It's the weird one in the middle.
There you go.
They said it looks good, not as good as the first one, but clearly setting something up for a triumphant third act. So I have to go see it, because I did see the first one. So
there is more Spider-Man news, though, that I did not get a chance to cover here.
Do you want to talk about it now?
Might as well.
Sure.
Apparently they have confirmed, or at least the producers have confirmed, they are going to go ahead with a 4th Tom Holland.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that.
So he's making history as the first
Spider-Man to go 4 movies. I'm excited.
I mean, technically Tobey Maguire did it, but he didn't lead his 4th.
Oh, that's true.
But
no, you're right, because that was Tom Holland's movie.
Yeah.
So him to show up in 4, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's also apparently the Haley Steinfeld Gwen Stacy character, or Spider Gwen, spinning out of this film, has been greenlit for her own solo flick.
Well, is she not already the next Hawkeye?
Yeah, she can be 2 things,
I guess. Multiverse.
It's just like Captain America was the Human Torch.
Whoa, hold on to that, because we're coming back to that.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Oh, I guess with the next one.
The next one is an uncomfortable one.
This is uncomfortable. If you've been following, I guess let me lead with Netflix earlier this year has done a revival of That 70s Show called That 90s Show, which centers around the daughter of Eric and Donna, Leia Foreman. She comes to spend the summer at Red and Kitty's house. And of course, all the, comedic hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
A lot of the same jokes and tropes that made the 70s Show funny kind of pop up and it's a cable show, right? So it's like a 10 episode thing. Should have been longer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody from the original show made an appearance, except this fella right here, Danny Masterson. Well, Danny Masterson, if you've been following, has been basically, he got fired from The Ranch, his other Netflix show that he was doing with Ashton Kutcher over allegations of sexual assault. And in his first trial, it was declared a mistrial.
Yeah.
So the retrial has just happened, and he has been convicted on 2 out of 3, two counts of forcible rape. The judge could not reach a verdict on the third rape charge, deadlocking with a vote of 8-4 in favor of conviction.
8-4 should have won it, though.
You would think, but I don't know. Now, that means that Danny Masterson now faces a potential prison sentence of 30 years to life on those 2 charges. And yeah, that's some like wow.
If he goes into general population, there's going to be a new reason they call him Hyde.
Change the Y to an I.
There you go.
Sean says, I'm shocked on this one. Yeah, I am too. Should I be though? No, I don't think so.
Is anything really shocking after Bill Cosby?
Well,
like if America's dad can be capable of that crap.
Yeah. But he's out now.
Well, he's gonna die soon anyway.
Well, yeah, he wants to tour again apparently.
Who would go see him?
I don't know. Is there the is it the train wreck thing? Like you can't look away, so do you do it and not tell anybody? Like, oh, I go see the cause. I don't know.
I'd feel dirty going to see the cause now.
It brings up a lot of the Masterson case, though, brings up a lot of questions, and a lot of commentary around the Church of Scientology, because at the time of the assaults, Danny and his victims were all members of the church. Now they say that the church had approached the women and said, "Do not tell and do not go to law enforcement." Now they have since left the church. Danny, of course, is still a card-carrying member.
That sounds like sound advice from a safe church, doesn't it?
Right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But one of the victims, and I don't think that they haven't named them. They've just been Jane Doe 2 and Jane Doe.
Yeah, all for protecting their privacy.
Basically, have come out and said, this sends a message to the church as much as it sends a message to Danny Masterson directly.
As it should. And that's not a license to do whatever the hell you want.
No, but that's the thing, right? We look at how many Hollywood powerful people belong to the Church of Scientology, and how we've heard these sort of like rumblings in and around what's going on in there. And of course, you've got the tweet here from Leah Remini.
Yeah.
She's saying it's not just about a Hollywood celebrity. It's about what a multi-billion-dollar cult does to cover up horrifying sex crimes. Was she not a member of the church?
She was a member.
Wasn't she
at one point.
She's like a whistleblower on them. Yeah. So, yeah, Danny Masterson is going to get some time. The question is how much? And will he get good time off for good behavior and all that stuff and early parole, because he's
hopefully karma finds him.
He'll be a model prisoner, of course, because not a violent offender. No, of course, yeah. All right. Oh, this next one. This was one that I wasn't aware of. You brought this one to my attention.
This one's kind of weirded me out a bit. Meta,
the parent company
of Facebook and Instagram, are currently running tests blocking news content on Instagram and Facebook.
Now this is affecting. Is this Canada only?
Yeah, so far
isn't that weird?
Affecting, and not all Canadians either. Apparently, it'll affect 1 to 5%.
1 to 5%
of our 24 million users. But what the official line is there's a bill coming out of Ottawa that will
Bill C-18, the Online News Act.
Yeah, which will force Facebook and Instagram to pay for content that is piggybacking off of other news outlets.
Pay actual news outlets for repurposing and reusing their content.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting thing. So does that mean like our show is going to get blocked on Facebook? Because
we're not official news.
We're not, but again, here we are, like
breaking news.
Like we're doing exactly what this is actually stopping.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we see the news in the week, we report on it. I mean, I didn't write any of the stuff that we're talking about. That being said, I'm also not quoting it word for word.
No. But Facebook is saying that if this bill does pass, they might just go out of their way and ban all of it.
Interesting.
Which is kind of weird because, it's
now
once you're censoring the news.
I want you to put on your conspiracy theory hat and tell me why they're really doing it.
Yeah, it seems kind of weird that they're doing it just as the world's starting to burn.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But again,
I wondered if it was like a way to limit like the extreme stream like news, like rebel media here in Canada, and like whether it's extreme left or extreme right, from repurposing, and that sort of puts a bit of a cap on those people. Now, maybe I'm not understanding this correctly and how it's working, but I wondered if it was sort of to limit speech.
It could be. And, limiting speech and access to information is like one step away from a bad deal.
Well, we all know, we all have sort of ideas of where that can lead to, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, General Mao. Yep. Gotcha. Okay, let's go back to something fun and happy.
Yes.
This is exciting news. Now, this is another one of those ones where it seems like every day they're giving us a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there was more that came out today. The latest
Empire Magazine.
Yeah, Empire. We've talked about it. Empire Magazine has been a treasure trove of resources.
Mandalorian helmets.
Yeah. We get another one. This time it's the Ahsoka covers for both the newsstand and the subscriber exclusive covers.
And it's Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson. We've got a lot of World Between Worlds sort of references going on those covers. Now, it doesn't end there. Oh, by the way, we've got a nice clear view of her new longer head tails, which that's cool. But it doesn't end there, because
she's silhouetted by Thrawn there on the exclusive.
It is, yeah. Good pickup, by the way. They've been doling out
little bits of information,
little bits of stuff,
because they got access to some exclusive images.
Yeah, as they always do. Namely this one here, which now we've seen different angles of this scene before. We've talked about this scene before on the show, but the first trailer is out. Now, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, who plays Sabine Wren, for the most part, we've seen her with longer hair. That suggests that this sequence
could very well be
might be a flashback. Now, I've sort of gone out and said, I think that this is part of the epilogue from Star Wars Rebels. Hank has come back and said, I don't think it is, because she's wearing gray robes, and in the end of Rebels, she shows up with a staff and she's wearing white robes. Is this a reimagining of the epilogue?
Maybe.
Or is this a flashback to before they all split up?
Maybe.
I don't know. But I'm certainly excited to watch this one.
Yeah, I'm all in for this series.
That being said, if you're not up to speed on what's going on in the world of Ahsoka Tano, you can get caught up by going to Disney Plus. Under the Star Wars tab, there is an Essential Ahsoka playlist. Now, we are covering on Sunday nights. We are covering on our road to Ahsoka. We are covering those episodes in our deep dive style and examining sort of the evolution of Ahsoka Tano as a character. So do tune in for those on Sunday nights. Now, we're not done with Ahsoka.
No, the Empire keeps on giving, as it were.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. This one dropped yesterday. Now, some of my favorite villains in Star Wars have been Inquisitors, all the way back to the role-playing game from West End Games in the 90s. And this is another one that begs the question about where are we in the timeline? We get yet another Inquisitor.
And this one kind of looks like Snake Eyes.
You saw that picture too. I saw that too. They split screen them with Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes fell to the dark side. It happens.
There's some talk that this may be the fifth brother come back for revenge. Now, that's an Inquisitor that we see, in Star Wars. If there's no body,
then they're not dead.
Right. So in the battle, the Inquisitors had showed up. It's in an underground temple, I should say. The fifth brother, basically, his lightsaber gets damaged. So when he helicopters away on his lightsaber, he just sputters out and falls. Well, we've seen people fall in Star Wars before, and they survive. Man, they get cut in half.
And they get new legs.
So that is one possible theory, that may be this Inquisitor come back for some revenge.
Yeah.
That also begs the question, what time does this take place? We've said that there's a reason why there are no Inquisitors by the time you get to the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So does that put this sequence
prior to
pre-original trilogy, or is this someone come back looking for revenge?
And it just took them that long to get there.
Well, we've said it before, and I will say it again. The other leading theory is that this might be Barriss Offee. I mean, it fits the description in the sense that somebody who's come back for revenge, why would they stick around? And we've had subtle hints to Barriss in The Mandalorian
multiple times
in Grogu's flashbacks, standing outside her quarters. So, did Barriss Offee survive the purge at the Jedi Temple?
When allegiance?
Well, that's what I mean. When Vader goes in and opens up the door, is she there doing the "Yes, my master"?
Maybe.
Considered that the Inquisitors are all personally trained by Darth Vader. Now that makes her a great foil for Ahsoka to have two students from Anakin facing off, two sides of the same coin, sort of metaphorically speaking.
It just works,
man. Ahsoka's coming up when I keep forgetting the date. It's August 31st,
somewhere in there,
the end of August. Ahsoka Tano live action coming in August. We're going to be there. We're going to be covering it. And I'm sure throughout the coming days, there'll be more details getting dropped. So, but we'll be here to cover all that.
Yep.
I'm going to switch the gears for a second. I'm going to go to music here for a second. This is one of those ones where you ever have a band that you discovered and you don't remember where you first heard them, but when you heard them, you felt like, oh, this is my band. Like you coveted it like it was your own. And when you like introduce them to your friend, you're like, yeah, I'm interested.
You gotta check these guys.
It's my band, right?
Yeah.
That band, one of those bands for me, are I guess, what do you call them? They're from they're rock. They are a rock band. They're like a mixture of like metal, rockabilly, 50s rock. And that's a really weird fusion. But anyway, the band I'm talking about, it's Volbeat. And for the last 10 years, they've had their lead guitarist was Rob Caggiano, formerly of Anthrax. Well, yesterday on the band's social media, they announced that after 10 incredible years, we must sadly announce that Volbeat and Rob Caggiano have parted ways. During our time together, we've traveled the world, sharing great experiences and released 4 albums that we are immensely proud of, and we wouldn't change a moment of it. We wish our brother Rob all the best with everything he does in the future, and we know it's going to be great. So, the band is already booked several dates for 2023, and replacing Rob, at least on stage, is going to be Fleming C. Lund of the Arcane Order. Oh, Steve says, my buddy Kutch listens to them. Yeah, I discovered them back in like 2010, and I was already, 3 albums behind when I figured out who they were. And then I went out and voraciously consumed everything that they ever made, and I, to this date, have bought everything they've done. I've seen them. Nice. I've seen them live once already.
Nice.
Would love to see them again.
Well, you'll still get a chance. I just the same lineup.
But there's this weird thing. The music that they made. Now, the band is fronted by a guy by the name of Michael Poulsen, who originally played in a death metal band. So when you hear Volbeat and you think that they're coming out of death metal, it's a hard, like, what? It makes me wonder the direction they're going to go musically, because when Rob joined the band, there was a very distinct sound, and people, I've heard the complaint, all their albums sound the same. And there is a period there where there is a very similar, but that's the thing, right? Like, when you put on, say, like an early Metallica record, that's Metallica. You just know it. You put on AC/DC. Yeah. There's a whole industry because of bands that play 3-chord rock. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I've heard people criticize the band saying it's the Rob show. I've never felt that way. I love these guys. I wish them well. I hope that they all go on to do great things. But man, sad day for Volbeat fans if you're a fan of Volbeat with Rob Caggiano.
More of a bittersweet. It's not like he's dead.
No, that's true.
Could be worse.
It could be way worse. Now, can we segue that into, who it was worse for at one time, at least in a movie?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking about, Sam Quint?
Yep.
Yeah. Poor guy. He had a bad day. It was worse for him.
He did have a bad day. Lost his boat and he got his legs chewed off.
And now they're going to immortalize that in Lego.
Yep. So this one's coming out of the Lego Ideas team, and I guess they go through a whole list of
that's
ideas
the fan submitted stuff. Yeah.
And this one was top of the list. So apparently it's been greenlit, and at some point it will
appear in
on shelves.
An official Lego set.
Yeah.
What's cool about the Lego Ideas thing is that they're voted on. Like, you can vote on them. You can go to the Lego Ideas page and you can vote on these things.
I would have voted on this if I'd have known it was a voter.
These are all fan created. There's been some really good ones. Oh, there was one. Oh, there was another one that came up. I can't think of it off the top of my head. These are all made by fans using pre-existing Lego parts. So maybe the minifigures might have some custom stuff going on,
but still.
But there is a criteria about what you can and cannot submit, and basically the rule is has to use actual Lego parts.
Yeah.
So I mean, there you go. I believe it looks like Bruce.
I mean, the only thing not Lego there is this little string work for the rigging.
But I mean,
string has come with Lego before.
Of course it has, and the pirate sets and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Steve wants us to remember, smile, you son of a bitch.
Never say bitch though.
Oh no, right? Because he gets the shot.
Son of a bang.
He gets the shot off first, right? Yep. That's right. I forgot
it's all wholesome and stuff.
I would love to be a Lego person, but I mean, it's become prohibitively expensive to collect.
But even if this is like, $100 set, I would still.
Would you go in on it?
I would really heavily consider this one.
At $100?
Yeah.
I would bet that's 150 just right off the hop.
I would bet that I would not open the box.
You'd buy it, but you wouldn't build it?
No.
Really? At $100, would you open it?
I don't know.
So wait. Is there a dollar value that makes it something you would open versus something you wouldn't?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to do another episode on that one.
Well, there's the Mega Bloks Castle Grayskull.
Oh, sure.
If I could get a hold of one of those, I probably wouldn't open it.
You would not open it?
No.
I just, I actually considered going in on the Mega Master stuff, but then I'm like, I'm already an action figure collector, and I have
Masterverse.
Right. I've got
classics.
Arguably the best Castle Grayskull ever made. Like, do I need another interpretation of that? Man, that's what happens when you collect and you get old. You're like, do I need to have everything? The knee-jerk answer is yes. Yes, I do.
But the reality of it is
the wallet says,
maybe not.
I don't know. Jaws widely considered to be the first summer blockbuster of all time.
Yes.
Like staunchly in the horror genre.
Yes.
And that's going to take us up to our next story.
Sorry.
We're going
one stop before
there. Did I skip ahead?
You skipped a little bit.
Okay, so it's not horror. It's horror adjacent.
Yes.
Horror adjacent.
Horror comedy.
By the way, if you are a resident of New York City, or you have been visiting New York in this last week, you may
have seen something
have spotted a familiar car rolling around town. Yeah. The Ecto 1 has been spotted roaming around New York City this week as filming
cruising down Fifth Avenue.
The new Ghostbusters film. Ghostbusters
Firehouse.
Now, it's uncertain if that's a working title or if that is the actual title of the film.
Well, you never know until the actual poster hits. And even then, you might not know.
Well, yeah, exactly. What's interesting about this is that filming has also begun in the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
There is a full mock-up of the firehouse in London.
Hook and Ladder 88.
What's that?
Hook and Ladder 88.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So are they using parts of London to, proxy New York City?
Maybe.
Is there a time travel? Because London is a much older looking city.
True.
Than New York City. I'm curious to know how they're going to do it. Will I be able to pick out any of that? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as it's Ghostbusters, I like it.
Okay. From horror adjacent to actual horror.
Yeah.
This one was, you brought this one out.
Yeah. Apparently he's finally gone out and said, enough is enough.
Like officially. I thought that we had gotten an announcement from him quite a while ago. There's a documentary with him in a makeup chair getting interviewed while they're putting Freddy makeup on him. Maybe it was like a podcast or something.
Maybe. But anyway, Robert Englund, 75 and officially done with Freddy. He's quoted as saying, "I'm too old and thick to play Freddy now. I just can't do the fight scenes for more than one take anymore. I've got a bad neck and a bad back and arthritis in my right wrist.
Yeah.
So I have to hang it up, but I would love to do a cameo."
I still think of Robert Englund as the nerdy alien from V. V. Like when the visitors show up and he's sort of sympathizing with the humans.
He'll always be Freddy.
Did you see the remake?
I did see it.
And how did that stack up for you?
I like what's his name, Rorschach.
Oh yeah,
Jackie
Earle Haley. Yeah,
I like him. I liked him in Watchmen. I didn't think it was a right role for him.
Interesting,
but measuring against such a huge personality that Robert Englund brought out, he just didn't have the charisma for it.
Right.
He came off way more rapey than. I mean, yes, the original character is a rapist.
A
villain, and by movie 6, you kind of forget that.
So that is a accurate descriptor when you say rapey.
Yeah, like he was raping and murdering children and burning them in the furnace.
I think of the Nightmare series, like I saw 2, and 2 was the scariest thing I'd ever seen at that time, and I think it really set the tone for me, and part of why I don't do well with horror movies, because that one was just like
1, 2, and 3 was like flat out horror.
Was 3 Dream Warriors?
I believe so.
That's where they started
getting. 4 was the Dream Child.
Yeah.
5 was Freddy's Revenge, I think.
Yeah.
6 was Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare.
And
then 7 was Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
That's right. That's the one with Jackie Earle Haley.
No.
Oh, that's not.
That was still.
Oh, was it still him? Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Then we got Freddy versus Jason.
I did watch that.
And then we got the reboot.
That one. Right. And it's been what? It's been 20 years
20 years since that film.
Yeah. So I mean, it's of course. What do you think? I mean, mind you got guys like Harrison Ford that just aren't
still going back to indie.
Well, Harrison Ford's also doing another movie this year, other than Indiana Jones.
True.
Maybe you've seen. We've talked about it before on the show, but in case you didn't know, Harrison Ford has actually taken over as General Thaddeus Ross in the new Captain America movie, which, by the way, has gotten a new title. Wow. Previously titled Captain America New World Order, the film, as you can see in this tweet from Anthony Mackie, by the way.
The logo on the chair has changed.
It is now called
Brave New World.
Brave New World, yeah. What do you make of that?
Well, New World Order, at this point in time, do we really need more NWO Illuminati stuff?
Well, given what there is that sort of conspiracy theory about this, cashless society and sort of like global government, and I don't know where I am on that, but I mean, do you think that Marvel and Disney made a consideration for that?
Absolutely.
You do? You think that they made a consideration for that segment of the population?
I think so, because we don't need more negative right now. There is enough actual negative going on.
Or is it the reverse? Marvel doesn't need the negative connotivity. They don't need the connotation that's attached to it to be on their movie.
True, because we all know they already run the world.
Ooh, Marvel and Disney?
Disney runs the entertainment world. The mouse owns all.
Yeah. The other thing that came out of this tweet, which is cool, is we get a look at another Captain America suit, which looks to be somewhat more reminiscent of Steve Rogers' stealth suit.
Yeah.
Very cool. I saw a close-up of this image earlier today where somebody had zoomed in on the monitor, and
it looks like his old white and blue suit, isn't it?
Possibly, or maybe the suit that he's wearing, but it also looks like he may be injured in that. And one of the comments I saw was like, "Oh yeah, he's dying." Anyway, that's coming out later this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
should be good.
Man, it's my it's the one that I'm like, fingers crossed, this has got to be good, because
it will be.
The Captain America movies, by far, by and large, have been some of my favorite MCU movies. Winter Soldier is still, it might still be. I flip back and forth. It's in my top 1% of favorite Marvel movies. It's just that good.
Yeah.
We shall see how this one does, though.
Yep.
Wow, this one. Oh, this next one's yours as well.
Yeah.
I should have kept those two together.
That's all.
And we bounced around. We're going back to horror for a second here.
For a minute
Here we go. Here we go.
So,
I should probably let everybody know here. We are coming up here with just a couple of items left. So if you've got something you want to talk about, now's your time to do it. Drop your stuff in the comments or hit us up on the WhatsApp link and give us a call so we can talk about your random fandom for this week. And Andy, this one is over to you.
We have it on good authority that season 3 of Chucky is currently filming in Toronto, among other locations.
Woo! Hollywood North.
Yeah, so fans of the franchise can rest easy knowing that we are going to get another go around with everyone's favorite killer doll.
I don't know if that's a good approximation or not.
Not bad.
I don't know if I need this. I appreciate what it is.
Definitely need this based on the ending of season 2.
Okay.
It was a cliffhanger, and wrap it up. If you're going to leave it like that, no. Give us one more at least.
Not to take anything away from Chucky, but we now know, talking about filming in Toronto, you've got Star Trek filming there.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger, his new Netflix series on Fubar.
Okay.
Also filmed in Toronto. So when Schwarzenegger was spotted riding a bike around the city last summer, now you know why.
Well, there you go.
Shooting Fubar. But yeah. Chucky season 3. Yeah. Oh. Well, it's that time again in the show where we reach the our regular feature here. Now, this is courtesy of Andy, who is out there in the aisles every week. We're getting a call. It's hold on a second now.
Friend of the show.
Hello, Paul Marquez. Let me try that again. Hello, Paul Marquez. You're live on Fandom Power.
How's it going, fellas?
Not too bad.
It's good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's working. I can hear both of you this time.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know what happened the last time, but we have fixed our technical issues, and everything seems to be running okay.
Well, technical. That's showbiz,
Yeah.
Nothing ever runs the way you want it to, and when it's live, like you're like, okay, it's live. I don't know. You just roll with it.
Yep.
Paul, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, you guys have missed the most important thing this last week that's come out.
What, besides
have not touched it?
That Canada's on fire?
Well, not that part, but man, I woke up this morning looking at the news and I was like, what the heck is going on over there? But it reminds me a lot. You guys must always hear about California on fire, right?
Yes. A lot.
All the time.
Okay, so it's bad, but it's not like the whole state is on fire.
Right.
Not in that way. I mean, it's a dumpster fire for sure, but
the most important news of the week, and we have missed it. Do tell, what is that?
Street Fighter 6 came out.
Oh, really? Street Fighter 6. Now, is it exclusive?
It is not. It is across all platforms.
Okay. So
which I was really happy about because the last one was a PS4 exclusive.
So
and it's different. It's taking some getting used to.
Compared to the last Street Fighter game, which I did not play, but visually speaking, is it different visually? Is it different control wise? Like, is it a mixture of the two? What's so different about it?
It's a mixture of the two. So visually, it's beautiful. Okay.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Now, unlike any other Street Fighter game, there's a world tour mode.
Oh, really?
Where it's an open world and you run around and all of a sudden you just start fighting people. So it's a lot like Los Angeles.
That's cool.
Nice.
And there's a new modern control option where rather than having to input the moves, now you just press a direction and a button.
That sounds more like a Batman Arkham style game.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. Yes. Now the good thing, the way they've balanced it is if you go that route,
sure,
you can't really pull off the more intricate moves.
Right.
But still, it does. If you can get the hang of it, it's a lot easier.
Interesting. Funny, Paul, did you watch the show last week?
I did. I think I caught the end of the show.
Last week we weren't talking Street Fighter, but last week we did mention the competition franchise. We were talking about the new Mortal Kombat that's coming out here. Now, are you a Mortal Kombat fan? Or I guess I should say Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Which camp are you in?
Okay, Street Fighter all the way.
So,
however,
yeah, okay,
I am a Mortal Kombat player.
I was excited last week because it was revealed that Mortal Kombat all the way back to what 19. Oh my God, we're going back to the late 80s, early 90s. The character of Johnny Cage, based on actor Jean-Claude Van Damme, specifically his appearance in Bloodsport, has been revealed that Jean-Claude Van Damme is going to be a playable skin in the new Mortal Kombat game.
Okay. So what's that thing the kids are saying? Take my money,
yeah.
Right?
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
Because I mean, when the last Call of Duty had Rambo and John McClane as playable characters, like I couldn't buy that fast. My fingers hit too many buttons too fast trying to buy it.
Ended up with 3 copies.
That's funny.
Right.
Has Street Fighter, I originally, because you did talk about Street Fighter, and I don't want to co-opt that on you. Has Street Fighter played with that over the years? Have they tried dropping in like bonus characters that maybe are like based in the real world?
No, not that I can recall. The only thing I remember is when the Street Fighter movie came out with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, right.
There was that really funky game that had them look like Jean-Claude Van Damme, but it played awful.
Yeah, it's a hard one to watch, especially when he pulls off his.
Which matched with the movie,
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme pulling off the flash kick. I did not buy it.
Yeah, but I like Raul Julia in that movie.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he was good.
It had its little pluses, but
yeah.
I remember taking my son, and he was like, "Dad, how come they had Guile? Had him play Guile the All-American, and I could barely understand him." And I'm like,
And you'll remember also Fennec Shan played Chun-Li.
That's right, she did. That is true. So Zach Jacobs chiming in here in the live chat says, Mortal Kombat fan since 1992. I got them all on many systems, many full collector's editions. Street Fighter is still good though. Oh, very cool.
The one that didn't make it that I really surprised me was Street Fighter versus Tekken, where they actually had a crossover of both.
Yeah,
and it had a tag team, so you could play with your buddy online.
That's cool.
And as you were getting beat up, you could tag him in.
Yeah.
Or pull off a combo where you launch the guy in the air. Right?
Save me.
And with the Tekken characters converted over to Street Fighter moves, it was a really neat game. But all the purists on either side didn't really care for it.
No, okay, that's fair. I've seen a lot of the ones that I think of. I think of the Street Fighter versus Marvel. I've seen a couple of those, and those look interesting to me. But then I step up to the machine, to the arcade machine. I thump my quarter in or whatever, and I'm like, there's just too many buttons, and I don't know what to do.
Remember the 6 buttons? Three kicks,
I do.
3 punches.
I do. Yeah, it was never that simple. But if you left, right, BA, start, whatever. And push the heavy kick and the light punch and roll back 3/4 of a turn on the joystick, shove it forward. What? I could never figure any of that stuff out. Never.
I still remember the Mortal Kombat cheat sheet.
Yeah, right. The fatalities that You were cool if you could pull off the fatalities.
Finish him. Cool. Street Fighter 6 came out. When did you say it came out, Paul?
Today, I think.
I believe it. No.
Oh,
it came out this week.
Fair enough.
So it
would have been.
It was
on the weekend, or maybe do they do video games on Fridays?
I honestly haven't.
I have no idea when they do launches. Really,
it's only, when was June 2nd? That's when it came out.
So it was last week. So it was after our last show.
June 2nd, yes.
June 2nd. Let me just pull up the calendar here. That was
last Friday.
Last Friday, yeah. So they must have done a Friday release.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now I wonder if those Street Fighter figures have any tie.
The Jada figures.
Yeah,
we talked about.
I wonder if that's good timing for the game, right?
Possibly. Maybe that's what they're tying into. I just saw online the Jada Street Fighter Chun-Li, who comes with the most amazing. I'm not one for like accessories, especially for like
the effects.
Yeah, effects like blast effects or spell effects. But this Chun-Li action figure comes with an accessory that clips onto her foot to make it look like she's pulling off her what is it?
Signature kick move,
hurricane kick or whatever it's called, the lightning kick, her lightning kick, and it looks pretty awesome.
Okay. Again, take my money. Where's this at? Also, do you think it also could be? Isn't there a Street Fighter and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comic coming out?
I know there's action figures.
There's definitely action figures. We've seen those. Yeah. Not sure about the comic book.
I can see it happening though.
It wouldn't surprise me if they do. Yeah. Man. Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about, Paul?
Let's see. Did you guys get a chance to see the UFO footage I was talking to you guys about last time?
I did not look at it yet.
I did.
You did, Andy. What do you think?
I'm on the fence about it.
Okay, fair enough.
You're right. It's weird. It's definitely weird. But you have the Marines saying like, wow, what is that? What is that? Like the people on base saying what it is or asking what it is. And I mean, that close to a military base, you would like to think that everybody would know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, they have like guns and stuff. No,
as two like country bumpkins who grew up in Canada. And I was saying, I don't know if I said it on our show, but I definitely, Andy and I were talking earlier about like, if there's anything that I can get behind, it's aliens and UFOs. But then I just think back to like knowing like in the United States, the amount of money that is spent on military hardware and how many secret projects have been in the air that don't get declassified for decades. And like now we can look back and we can debunk a bunch of the UFO sightings from the early 80s as things like the F-117 Nighthawk and the B-2 Spirit bomber. Right? Like, is that just
yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, I think Norton Air Force Base is over by where I live. Okay,
sure.
And I swear I saw back when I was a kid, one of them damn planes fly over the house.
Yeah.
And I tried to tell everyone like, yeah, I saw that, and they were
nobody
like,
believed it. Yeah, of course.
Nobody believed
me. Yeah.
I was so. And then one last thing, you guys.
Yeah, of course.
You were since we're on the topic of aliens, and you were talking about Robert. Is it England or England?
Robert England. Yeah.
That scene in V when he impregnates the girl and she has the baby, that was so disturbing as a kid to me. That was even scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street for me.
Robert England, Nightmare Fuel in whatever universe you're watching.
There you go.
Okay. So for a split second, when my daughter was born, I'm kind of peeking back like, what's about to happen here?
How many hamsters do I need to have her on hand?
Right.
That's right.
So
that's awesome.
So we can't forget how those things affect us as kids. Wes, Major.
Yes, of course. The other half, the other 50% of Reflex Point, a Robotech podcast.
And he has been emotionally scarred by Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God.
Tell them Large Barge sent you.
Because when he was a kid, that part came on and he ran out of the room. We were like, oh, somebody better go check on him.
Yeah. Very cool.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for having me on.
Well, listen, Paul, totally appreciate the phone call. Thanks for talking to us tonight about Street Fighter 6. Guys, don't forget, you can hear Paul on Reflex Point, a Robotech podcast. All episodes are streaming now on Spotify, as well as all the other places where you get your audio podcasts. We've done some joint stuff you can see on the Fandom Power channel, as well as the Reflex Point YouTube channel, where we did some Robotech related role-playing game stuff. It's a lot of fun if you want to go and check that out.
If you want to go really back, you can go to the Fantasy Cast.
Oh my gosh, when we did our Fantasy Cast of the live-action Robotech movie that I am convinced is never going to happen.
Right. All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys. You guys have a good night.
Thanks so much, Paul. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So that was Paul Marquez, everybody, from Reflex Point, a Robotech podcast. Always a pleasure to talk to Paul. And of course, totally want to talk to you guys. So you're always welcome to call us up on Tuesday nights and have your say about what's going on in the pop culture and entertainment world. But where were we? We were just about to talk about that segment of the show where Andy, you're out there in the aisles every week. You were
now and again
fighting for all of us with the latest toy collecting tip from Dollarama. Dollarama, by the way, I'm sorry, anybody who's listening outside of Canada, this does not apply to you, but
yeah, but if you're lucky enough to be near a Dollarama in Canada,
what's up this week?
You can find Spidey and His Amazing Friends 2-packs. They're selling for $5 at Dollarama.
Yeah,
but they regularly retail from anywhere between $22 and $32.
Oh wow!
And they do
that's a huge difference.
It is, like, for you're wanting to get a kid friendly toy.
Yeah.
That you're not worried about, like, if he breaks it or whatever.
Yep.
It's not a bad deal.
No,
I mean, if you're a Spider-Man collector, there's multiple packs, different characters.
I see Spidey and Amazing Friends, and I'm like, Firestar and Iceman? What? Where?
Well, they've been replaced by Spider-Gwen and Miles, so.
Damn you.
Yeah. But the other one popping up this week, they've had a lot of these over the last while, is Funko Pops.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They used to be $4, now they're at $5, and regularly retailing from $14.99 to $18.99.
Well,
this week in particular, you can go out and find members of the South Park boy band.
Boy band Kenny and boy band Kyle seem to be boy band Kyle seems to be prevalent at this location.
Yeah, but all 4 members are out there. I have seen in the groups.
Oh wow.
So if you wanted to assemble your own finger bang group, now's your chance.
The holiday Mantis. Now I'm still seeing these holiday Marvel ones. I'm seeing them still at regular retail. So I mean,
apparently holiday Drax is also out there.
Is he? Okay. Well, I mean, that's a great deal. If you're a pop vinyl collector, if you're a pop vinyl customizer,
you can't go wrong.
This is a gold mine for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's your weekly toy hunting tip at Dollarama, courtesy of Andy. And I see you snuck one more thing in there
because we got something coming up here on the merch site.
I was surprised at that. Making a plug for us.
Yeah. So from June 7th to 11th and 22nd to 25th, all the Fandom Power merch will be on sale for up to 35% off.
I didn't get a notification on that.
Oh, I got the notification.
You did? Okay. I'm like, I didn't see that.
So you've been holding out to get your merch.
If you've been waiting to get some of these awesome pop culture inspired t-shirts, that's a perfect time to do so. Of course, it's tpublic.com. So I mean, all of the promotional merch is there for you to peruse and pick from.
You don't have to get a t-shirt. You can get like a mug,
coffee mugs, travel mugs. Yeah. I bought my wife a laptop case.
There you go.
She's quite happy with it. And again, I've said this before, TeePublic has a no hassle guarantee. If you don't like the shirt for any reason, you let them know, they'll replace it. Certainly I found that out in a funny kind of way, as I now have 3 of the Fandom Power Motu shirts. Not because I was trying to get 3 shirts. I just wanted them to fix an error, and they did, but it took them 3 times. So yeah. Some cool designs there. You may recognize some of them as some of these pop culture inspired designs. And of course, for all of our Canadian fans, of course, we could not take a shot at take a shot at Tim Hortons. So that one makes me giggle every time I see it. So yeah, up to 35% off. Once again, June 7th to the 11th, and again from the 22nd to the 25th, all Fandom Power merch will be on sale, up to 35% off.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. Any more before we sign off for tonight?
No, I think that's all I got.
Well, listen, everybody, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight and hung out with us on your Tuesday night. There are always a myriad of entertainment options out there. So the fact that you have chosen to spend your time with us, that means something. Because we're not this big mega conglomerate that's got a bajillion advertising dollars to dip into. We're just a couple of guys that are doing it from the hip a lot of times. And
got one more.
Oh, you do have one more.
I don't have any slides or anything.
Oh, sure.
But Hasbro did reveal the next wave of Legends.
Okay.
The Build-A-Figure is going to be the totally awesome Hulk. Amadeus Cho.
Amadeus Cho. That's cool.
And the wave consists of from the upcoming Marvels movie.
Yep.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan.
Oh, might have to get them.
Yeah.
It
also includes another Iron Man, another Captain America, and two more that I cannot remember at the moment, but
comic books.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. If you're a fan of the totally awesome Hulk, he's finally getting a figure.
Right on. Well, listen, I just want to say again, thank you to everybody who shows up for this week in and week out. You are the lifeblood of the show. So thank you so much for watching. If you think that our show would appeal to anybody else, please share the links. You can always catch us in the replay. I know it's not as fun as when we do this live, but that is part of our show. We do all of our shows live. They are untested. We don't do a rehearsal beforehand. We write our notes and then we go. So it is what it is. But if you're having a good time with us, I would totally appreciate that. You can always do all of the social media and YouTube stuff that's down there. You want to like and subscribe. That's certainly available to you. Certainly appreciate that. We do have a Patreon. I will admit that it's a little chaotic right now. I'm looking to restructure the Patreon so that we can do more exclusive stuff to make that a little bit more inviting. But if you sign up, you would be our second, possibly third patron, as we only have one right now. Yep. And he has been so loyal.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks again, guys. Had a great time tonight. We'll see you on Sunday when we pick it up with our third chapter of Road to Ahsoka, as we cover the next, 2 or 3 episodes in her life journey. Yeah, the Essentials list. And then we'll be back again next Tuesday to do this all over again with a whole bunch of news stories to talk about and ask questions and laugh and rant and rave about. But until then, everybody, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we will see you on the next one. And bye for now.
Peace.